After a few rainy days, the fields almost seem to invite us back. The plants look refreshed, soaking up the sunlight, and even the smallest weeds are starting to bloom everywhere. We didn't go out just for a walk though. I was actually looking for Hoary Cress. With Easter coming up, it's the season for lighter fasting meals, and this pleasantly peppery plant came to mind. I thought it might work really well in potato dumplings. Hoary Cress is a tough and persistent plant. It thrives in dry, disturbed places where not much else grows, often forming dense patches. Its small white flowers have 4 petals, a typical feature of the cabbage family. They grow in flat-top clusters, which can stand out quite clearly even from a distance. One of the reasons this plant is so hardy lies underground. Instead of a simple root, it has a deep and spreading root system with horizontal shoots that allow it to spread quickly and return even after being disturbed. The leaves can be a bit confusing at first. The lower leaves are more divided and grow on short stalks, while the upper leaves are smoother and clasp the stem, wrapping slightly around it. They often have a slightly grayish-green tone, which gives the plant its name, Hoary Cress. In early April, it's still relatively small, but by summer, it can grow up to half a meter tall, and its flowers attract a variety of pollinators. I decided to cook something with the cress I foraged. For this recipe, I start with a handful of fresh young cress leaves, along with the small flower clusters. I chop them finely and saute them briefly in a little oil. Then I mix the cress into about half a kilogram of mashed potatoes. I add 1 egg, some salt, dried parsley, and around 200 grams of flour, and mix everything together. The dough will be soft and slightly sticky. That's normal. I shape it into small dumplings and place them into a steamer lined with baking paper. They steam over hot water for about 15 minutes. To go with them, I make a mustard bean sauce. The mustard works really nicely with the slightly spicy flavor of the cress. I blend cooked speckled beans with a bit of flour, a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, garlic powder, pepper, dry tarragon, salt, and a cup of plant-based cream. Then I gently heat it until it just starts to simmer and thickens a little. What I like most about this dish is how balanced it is. The cress gives it a mild, slightly peppery flavor, nothing too strong, nor heavy, but still filling. For a simple fasting meal, it's just right. Hoary cress is native to parts of Europe and Asia, and it has long been known as both an edible and a medicinal plant. Today, it's generally recommended to consume it in moderation. In the past, however, its peppery taste made it a useful addition to meals, either as a seasoning or cooked ingredient. The young leaves can be eaten raw and contain a notable amount of vitamin C. In traditional folk medicine, it has been associated with supporting digestion, cleansing the body, and strengthening the immune system. Hoary cress grows in many places. In some regions, it's even considered invasive. And yet, Most people don't know its name, let alone its story. But if we take a closer look, we begin to see something more, a quiet, centuries-long connection between people and plants. Thank you for being here. If you'd like to support the channel, you can like, comment, or subscribe. It truly means a lot.